Hi and welcome back to another update of Bath Road. For the last 3 weeks I've been working on the jacking shed pits, and I've managed to install 72 LED lights, which is why it's been taking me so long to come back to do another update. This is very time consuming, and it is paying off in the long run. It's just taking me a long time. I'm just waiting for the ball head rail to come. I've ordered from C&L Fine Scale so I can put the chairs on. See, I've just started sticking a couple of chairs on there. It'd probably be easier to slide the chairs on the rails first and then stick them in place, which is why I've not continued on sticking these down. But basically I've used, if I come up closer you might be able to work it out, but these are actually tiny little LEDs. I've used clear or insulating fish plates cut down to size, and then I've even slid tiny amounts of foil through the fish plate, and then I've glued it in place either end, and then I've just ran a knife down through the center of the fish plate to try and add some kind of louver effect. And I think it kind of it helps. It definitely helps. It's definitely taken a lot of the brightness away, which is kind of what I was trying to do as well. And they do actually resemble lights. The other side I've done the LEDs are in. I've just not yet stuck the fish plates on to make them look like lights. But that's my next plan, is to do this. This weekend basically I've been working on the main shed, and I've tried representing the side pits on line 6. Line 6 and line 5 were the servicing shed lines, and line 6 had side pits which I resembled here. They would have only come up to about knee height, which is why there's not that much depth there. It's just enough for the men to walk down the sides and work on the brake blocks and basically on the bogies. The center pits are a lot deeper, obviously, for a man to actually walk down and work under the trains. And I've done this on all of the pits. When we get to lines 1 and 2, there were sunken floors. This was because they had like an overhead gantry, so the workers could work on the body level upwards, and guys could also go underneath the gantry and work underneath on doing brake blocking and basically work on the bogies. So all this area here is sunken floor, which is why it's a lot lower than this. And then there will eventually be like a handrail that will run along there, and it's kind of shapes off at the back. I've still got to do a little bit more at the back. You can just make out the pencil line of where the higher section is and the lower section. Unfortunately I had to cut half, or not half, but just a slight angle off of the building to just basically to gain me access to working on the back of the layout. But hopefully when I knock this wall down and the layout gets positioned more so in the middle, I can add this piece in. I'm actually going to add this to the building. When I make the building, I'm actually going to make a full-size building anyway, and there'll probably be like a temporary thing that I can just put in that corner just to resemble the last triangular piece, which goes from about there over and back. I could have actually put that in, but it just would have made it harder to get to the back of the turntable area here. It's easier to just duck down because there's a big enough gap to walk around the back, which is why I decided to do it. But luckily enough, it doesn't interfere with the lines anyway, because the lines kind of stop at the right spot. But basically these pits, I still need to do the lights, and there's going to be at least 90 or so, or at least 90 or 100 lights in this area here. So this is going to take me another few more weeks. So if I'm not doing many updates at the moment, this is the reason why. I'm just concentrating on getting this tedious bit out the way. I really wanted to put lights in because I do feel once the buildings are made, that's going to add a different dimension, which is why I'm spending the time on it now. And the reason I started this the jacking shed first is because the lines basically run through and join up with the lines to the turntable, so hence this is holding me up from finishing the tracks here, which is why I'm trying to concentrate on getting these lines in. So once my my rails arrive, this one will be finished before I carry on doing anything with the main shed, mainly so I can get the track work complete, and then I can carry on doing these little bits and pieces afterwards. It's taken a bit of time, but you know, it's going to pay off in the end. So that's about it really. That's all I've been up to. I've got a few more locomotives that have come. This is one of my favourites actually. I actually really like this one, the Scott Rail. This is Sir Walter Scott. It's obviously been weathered. It's quite a nice train. And I picked up a 26 a few weeks ago as well, in rail freight livery, which looks really good. What else is new? Oh, the crane. I picked up a crane. Obviously, oops, it's actually tipped off the track. I must have nudged it a minute ago. Oops. Always at Temple Meads, not Temple Meads, Bath Road, there was always a crane pretty much left in this position. Sometimes it was stored here. Most of the time it was stored here, and the maintenance trucks would have been stored on line 2.5, which is this one here. It's buffered off. And then if they ever needed them, they'd couple the two together and off they would go. So obviously I had to pick up a crane. But that's about it really for now. I'll come back soon for some more. Hence please ignore the battery boxes. That's only a temporary measure at the moment. That's just so that I can get them up and running. Eventually they'll be hooked up to a transformer. And I'll probably even run them through a digital chip as well, so I can turn the lights on using the digital system rather than using switches, just to make it a bit more enjoyable to operate near the end. I'm hoping to start the buildings as soon as I get these pits out of the way, as well as doing bits of wiring and putting the point motors in. I want to start cracking on with the buildings because they're going to take me a while to do. So I'll be basically knocking up the buildings out of acrylic, sheets of acrylic, and they'll be solvent welded together. And once I get the basic structure of the buildings, and I can add the detailing to it afterwards, and hopefully use fibre optics to resemble the high level lights. But this is down the line a little bit yet. But my main priority is trying to get these pit areas wrapped up and get them painted so they're more of a realistic colour as well. These colours are a little bit too clean for my liking, so I'm going to have to spray a little bit of dirt on those. Alright, well thanks for watching, and I'll come back soon for another update. Bye for now, see ya.